Places at the fort.
Don't get too cocky.
He can run way over there.
I challenge you, damn get.
She can run again. Where did she get the extra movement from? Let's see. We can do a single shot. Risk of hitting ourselves.
This thunder, my strike is ruin.
Tell me, and it is
Not another one of these mistakes. Pain is temporary. Legacy is forever.
At least we survived. It was
I will not be
there we go. Oh, that was a rough one. Lost two of the guys early. Was it one? Irrelet went down. Who else? No, we almost lost Henrik several times. That's why. We'll just loot these guys. No more loot? Do we have loot on the guys down here? No. Okay, let's... Oh, more loot. Except...
With the physical horrors of Camorra behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness. Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back. Home?
Well, we hope, at least. Muaran's silhouette emerges from the dense foliage without disturbing a single blade of grass. He addresses you in an accusatory tone of dissatisfaction. I sense your mind, monkey. Why are you skulking by the webway gate? Why have you come to the Lealthean in secret? Do you intend ill for us? Upon noticing Eklendil, Muaran flinches and then says solemnly, "Brother Eklendil, I praise Assyrian for the fortune of seeing you again. Please step under my protection without delay." Brother Muaran, I do not feel threatened, not anymore. Muaran looks at Irrelet and says with enmity in his voice, "Outcast Irrelet, you walk the path paved with your own misdoings. Once more monkey have found their way to our domain, and once more you aid them in doing so. Neither war nor intent follow in our wake, Muaran. Your anger is unwarranted." I just cut down a good 100 Eldari in Komorath. Keep up that tone and you will become the 101st. I apologize for intruding on your hollow ground. It is where my journey from the Komorath has taken me. You come from Komorath? Muran says nothing for a moment, then continues, his voice shocked. Now I see. The gate refused to obey me because it was sealed from within. By the Dark Ones, no doubt. The Liliathan was meant to become a slaughterhouse for the Drukari. Muran gazes, bores into Irlet for moments in tense silence as he considers something in his mind. At last he says in a commanding tone, "Your arrival is sudden, outcast Irlet, but perhaps there is purpose behind it. You will serve your people shortly." Do you know anything about my abduction? The news of your disappearance has not reached Jonas. My guess is that your close servants decided to not conceal this event so as not to beget fear. You said Irlet will serve the Eldari once more. Are you seeking to use her again? Muaran grimaces contemptuously. A monkey cannot comprehend the depths and tragedy that befell our home, our Krudarak. The duty of every child of Assyrian is to do all they can to quell the pain of that loss, and Irlet the outcast is no exception. Unlike you, Muaran, I was able to find truth. The truth of Kuradrak's doom was revealed to me, even though that required me to throw myself into the Dark City's deadly embrace. Irlet frowns and looks defiant into the Farseer's eyes. Is it the fire of our souls not better directed toward worthy deeds than arguing with our kin? Elkendil waves his hand in the air, making several gestures of unknown meaning. Muaran and Irlet fall into crowded silence. I can see that something is troubling you, your delicate heart, my kinsman Muaran. Share your feelings with me and the outcast then, and I will reveal the truth of Krudarak's fate to you a little later. I'll be right back. Let's see here. We did not spend our time on the Liliathan in fruitless grief. On the contrary, our lost kin has answered my call and are now pleading for help. Driven by revenge, they set out to pursue the one responsible for Krudarak's refuel demise. I don't know. Only to end up as captives on a monkey world. Her emerald eyes gaze turns to you and rests on you a little longer than usual. Dare I hope that you will lend me a shoulder to lean on again, Elentak. What world is it? That I know not. All that my vision shows me was an infinitely green sea, a living sea, and the maddening thirst of a hunter who was pursuing the children of Assyrian. Outcast, your path is taking you toward the stars again. Find our kin, and do not let them perish. Irlet nods silently and leaves it at that, as if she is less interested in Muran's words than in your reaction. Do. I will help you find your kin. Iliad breaches out almost inaudible and her shoulders relax. And I am grateful to you, Elentak. Your kinsman Eklendil helped us escape from Komra. Muaran exchanges Long's look with Eklendil, then says gravely, "This is where Eklendil's path and yours diverge, monkey. He will stay with us when you leave." Eklendil nods. I am elated to be once more among those with whom I shared Kuradak's time of doom, Muaran. I would say a ransom for his rescue is in order. Draw your weapon. I wish to challenge your bold statement. He is my prisoner. Huh? Okay, of course. Good luck, Eklendil. Thank you, Mon Elentak. An iridescent haze momentarily clouds the world around you, and that moment is all it takes for Muaran to hide Eklendil behind the veils of his xenosorcery. We will speak of my kin's fate no longer. All that was meant to be said has been said. We will send instructions to our monkey serve allies to provide you with means of transportation. Farewell, monkey. I am pleased that our meeting did not spill blood into the Leviathan's womb. High factum Janris Danrock. The high-ranking officer beam with genuine happiness. Danrock steps forward and solemnly says, "Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it." The crew stares in awe and terror at the giant towering over the crowd. Some make the sign of the Aquilia on their chest, others collapse on to their knees with a prayer to the God Emperor on their lips. This wave of pious shock does not seem to discompose Ulfar in the slightest. He just chuckles into his beard and glances around curiously. The deck overflows with dazzling shades of yellow as the crew welcomes its lord, and I shall join them in this greeting. Sister Argenta greets you with burning eyes. "Welcome back, rogue trader. No trial could break the will of the Emperor's chosen or stop him from returning to those who have put their hopes in him." First off, how much do you know about my abduction? Not much, Lord Captain. All contacts with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companions' kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship. We didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew. Is that a typo? Or is that actual grammar? Save for the crew. Anyways, I don't read well anyways. All of whom had either been butchered or driven insane. Iliad's expression inscrutable. Iliad's expression is inscrutable, but her eyes are fixed on you and you alone. Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope that you were still alive. Alas, even our most alert auger operators never spotted anything suspicious. And thus our ignominious failure put you in dire peril. Dare we inquire what happened to your lordship? Iliad helped the Drukhari abduct me and take me to Comora. Should we dispose... I am glad you realize you are to blame for my capture. You are not earned the right to hear about my adventures. It does not matter. The topic of my disappearance is closed. My loyal servants, the accused Xenos tried to take your leader from you, but their plans has failed. I am once again with you, and are you with me? I'm glad you realize blaming the crew. We'll tell about Irlet. We'll see how this goes. She's not one of my main players. Irlet helped the Drukhari abduct me and take me to Comora. Hostile stare fix on Air Irlet, and spiteful whispers whips around the air. Xeno scum. Let's see. Where has my ship been all this time? Enough empty talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. That is quite enough frowning and fussing. I wish to return to my duties immediately. Where has my ship been all this time? The officers' council decide to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly search for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned, we would have immediately launched a rescue expedition. While you were absent, Lord Captain, we made every effort to find you. That resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it. Thanks to a favorable deal secured by the esteemed High Factotum, the ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art auger systems and direction finders from Kiava Gamma. That's quite enough frowning and fussing. I wish to return to my duties immediately. But the crew is overcome with joy and gratitude to the God Emperor. Nonetheless, your will is absolute. Lord Captain, the senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we received a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that demand your attention. The group of servitors suddenly stirs. Their movement, frighteningly identical even for automatons. They stare at you and say in perfection unison, "Hello, Nomus. Have come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it?" I triumphed over the enemies of humanity by pitting the arch-enemy's blight against that of the Xenos. How is that a triumph? You desire other victories? We know that you do. You do not understand me. You do not understand people in general. That is why it all seems strange to you. You do not need to know. Unexpected decisions are unavoidable. All life is inconsistent. We understand that. The Shoras of Servitors pauses, as if the controlling entity is busy thinking. We must go. We will come to speak to you later. Another pause follows, as long as the silence becomes more piercing than a scream. Then the servitors finally break it. We felt sadness when we could no longer communicate with you, and we were worried about your fate. One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving in sync and slowly shuffle off to their posts. Now then, Lord Captain, shall we get to business? We have a number of items to go over. The Expanse is in flames, your lordship. Oh, great. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid in our system. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We heard rumors of the fall of Santiel's Pride, House Shorda's World, and outrageous sacrilege, given how abundant and inexpensive Prometheum is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and House Shorda. Chaos reigns everywhere. Only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at Footfall to draw them into a fist that will smash the rampaging heretics and Xeno vermin. What kind of Xenos are attacking the Expanse? Drukhari, your lordship. Their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, attacking ships. It is as if something has poked their nest, if you will, and now they are lashing out. How fare the worlds of my dynasty? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Veabos 6, immunity was crushed after a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to blasphemous propaganda. But other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. So Xavier Kalsasar is leading the defense. Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Kalkasar has declared himself the warden of the Corona's Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He has made Footfall his base of operation as it was the most logical, convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes through the Expanse, destroying the forces of the Cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being reduced to ashes. When the heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, the hallowed forge of the Cognizance fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the Explorator squadrons recall from the front lines stand together against the heretics in battle for the sacred planet. What is the source of the strife between Incendia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue trader to join his forces, her ladyship Insidia Shorda headed the summons, while his lordship Caligos Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner and served as a pretext for Lady Shordas to declare war on House Winterscale. Winterscale's ship has been hunted and his world occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial Creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to intercepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Coetzia, Temer, hunting down a Xenos fleet, Eldari. by all appearances. Is there anything I should know? The factotum lowers his head in thought. There has been other minor developments if you wish. I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I would not want them to take any time away from this occasion. Thank you for the report. Lord Captain. Alibard bows his head. Allow me to take a request, a personal one. While you were away, the Shower Master received an orthopathic message from Dragonis. It concerns my family. The Versarians have been accused of treason against House van Valancius. What? How is that possible? I cannot comprehend it. The Seneschal shakes his head helplessly. The Versarians have served the Rogue Trader dynasty loyally for generations. This is hard to admit, but the news has come as a crushing blow. The accusations were leveled by or on behalf of the Drive Stems. The governing house. Under normal circumstances, the investigations would not have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been. But being noble stock, the Versarians are entitled under an Asian custom to petition for a rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your personal protection, Lord Captain. Abelard raises his gaze to you. Do not deny us that honor, I implore you. Tell the choir master to send a message to Dragonis saying that I will personally take part in the investigation. Abelard breathes a sign of relief and seems to grow an inch or two taller. It will be done, Lord Captain. Svinto. Henriks gives you a court nod in greeting. I apologize for barging in unannounced. I have received news that I must discuss with you face to face. You may recall that I mentioned that Achilles, Henrik pauses before continuing, that Achilles Scandaler was transferred into my remit by a colleague. The colleague in question has contacted me. She requires my immediate assistance. Who is this colleague? Henriks hesitates for a moment before answering. Emelina Lithenhart, Sage of the Lord Inquisitor. Tell me more about Emelina. Who is she? An acolyte who was assigned a different range of objectives in the Corona's expanse. Henrik trails off, then shakes his head. Throne take me. I am still trying to hide information from you, even when I am asking for your help. Emelina is a sage, a unique acolyte of the Inquisition, who can absorb huge amounts of knowledge and store it in her own memory more securely than a data crypt. She entered the Lord Inquisitor retinue before even I did. Talking to her is a strange experience, but that is barely scratching the surface of who she is. Emelina is an incredible scholar, an expert on the forbidden and the illicit. And of course, she is loyal servant of the Golden Throne. Let's see. You say talking to her is a strange experience. What does that mean? Henrik locks his finger and says nothing for a few seconds. Since birth, Emelina has been different from other people. Specialists from the Inquisition enhanced her natural gift of hypermnesia. There are certain procedures that can be done. She creates separate blocks of memory, which she can then lock under a code word or even overwrite with new information. She can organize her mind like a normal person arranges boxes on a shelf.